is up, YouTube? This is your host, Ranee B, here to spill that homicidal tea. Now, what kind of tea are we serving today? I would say celestial, out of this world tea. Yeah, it's one of those kind of cases. The kind that gives you kind of all the feels and the paranormal, but at the same time, kind of like, way to go, other side. Way to help us in this world.
Okay, she got hooky pooky stuff going on at her house.
But before we go on to the case, please like and subscribe. And if this is your first time, welcome. I love interacting with y'all. So please make sure that you leave a comment saying how much you liked it, how much you didn't like it. Hit that dislike button, how much you can't stand me. Or if you love me, tell me that too. It's all wonderful. I like hearing everything. So whatever. You be you, and I'll respect you no matter what you say. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the solved homicide case of Teresita Basa. Teresita Basa, who was born in the Philippines in 1929, traveled to the U.S. in the 1960s to pursue her dream of becoming a musical educator. Now, at some point, Teresita changed her profession and began working as a respiratory therapist at the Edgewater Hospital in Chicago, Illinois. The fire service was called to extinguish a fire in Teresita's residence on February 21st, 1977. It was around 9 o'clock. Under a flaming mattress, the firefighters discovered Teresita's naked body with a butcher knife stabbed in the middle of her chest. Investigators, they think that the fire was only set to hide the murder. Teresita's autopsy found that she had not been sexually assaulted, but there was evidence of other sexual offenses. The fire destroyed most of the physical evidence, but while there was no apparent motivation for this crime, there was one piece of proof that did exist, and it was a memo close to the bed that stated, "Get theater tickets for AS." The authorities, they followed up on a number of leads, but they came up empty. The murder may have been committed by whoever AS is, but police were unable to identify any suspects who shared those initials. Teresita's boyfriend, of whom she had apparently had a really bad argument before, was also viewed as a possible suspect. When Teresita's employee Remy, we'll call him Chua, and her husband approached Detective Joy Statula with information. I'm awful at these pronunciations.
You want.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, and also, I hate it whenever YouTubers say that. And they're like, I can't pronounce it. Well, bitch, you're the one that wrote the script, so why can't you? No, whenever you're reading it as it's flowing on your teleprompter, yeah, it's Statula. All right, now I can say his name again.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares.
Whenever they had talked to Detective Statula with information about the murder, it had been more than 5 months since Teresita had been killed. Remy stated that immediately after Teresita's passing, she started experiencing visions and dreams in which Teresita would appear to her and implore her to report what had happened to her to the authorities. You know, the cops were like, you kidding me, right? Well, while Remy was sleeping one night, her husband claimed that she started to speak in another voice, and one that claimed to be Teresita, almost like she was channeling. The voice identified her assassin as Alan Showery, a hospital orderly who also worked at the same place she did. Remember, she was a respiratory therapist. Now, Remy hadn't remembered this when she woke up, but her husband was hesitant to tell her about this because he knew she was going to call police and that she's going to sound crazy. Anyway, later, Remy was once more possessed by this voice, which questioned her husband as to why he had not reported Remy's killer to the authorities. Okay, at that point I definitely would call the cops. And is this okay, little voice? Will you leave me alone now? Please stop talking to me. Additionally, Teresita's voice informed Remy's husband that the murderer had given his girlfriend Teresita's jewelry. Now, Detective Statula, I know how to say it now, wasn't sure if he could believe it when they actually came to him and said all this, but he investigated Alan Showery and discovered that he indeed did reside close to Teresita. Alan was going to Teresita's apartment on the evening of her murder to fix her television, according to several hospital staff members. But when Alan was brought in to be interrogated, he admitted that although he had gone to Teresita's apartment that evening to fix her television, he lacked the right tools and he had to return home. So when Detective Statula asked Alan's girlfriend if she had lately received any jewelry, she said, "Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I have. Why?" Teresita's family was permitted to examine some of the jewelry by Alan's girlfriend that belonged to Alan's girlfriend. They confirmed they belonged to Teresita. Soon after, Alan Showery admitted to the killing and that he had intended to return to her apartment later to rob her. When he came back, he claimed that Teresita had allowed him in and that he had grabbed her from behind as she turned to close the door. He stripped her naked to give the impression of a sexual motive, and after he killed her, he lit her mattress on fire to put over the body to cover up any evidence. Although Alan Showery did admit to the murder, he entered a not guilty plea, and on February 23rd, 1979, he made the decision to enter a guilty plea after a mistrial. He served about 14 years in prison before being granted freedom in 1983. The initials AS were written on that memo, and Teresita Basa is now renowned for solving her own murder. Ranee and her husband, they believed that they had received spiritual guidance from Teresita's spirit in order to solve this case, but they don't claim they solved it at all. They said it was all her. And that's if you believe in these kind of things, which, I mean, is pretty cool. So, you know what? I want to believe in it so much. I didn't even research it any further. I was just like, okay, case shut. She did it. Yay. So I guess it's kind of a, what you don't know won't hurt you, or what you do know doesn't, or I don't know. Yeah, anyway, so, well, that is it for this case. It's a very short case because actually I meant to record another one and I started reading the script and then realized that in the middle of the script, it totally fell apart. So I have to go upstairs and rewrite the script for that other one. So I'm sorry, but I didn't make you go without a video. I did just short. So yay. If you like this, then go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, you please need to, so that you know when the next video comes out. Because you can hit that little notification button and then it'll tell you in your little phone, blink, Homicidal T, got a new video. What's up? Because I am back to posting videos as much as possible. You have no idea. Like I said, in every video, so many cases. Just apparently not all written scripts yet. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.